I tried to do my hair in a very cute little soft braid to match my early winter Bambi sweater I found at the Ross. But now looking at myself in the camera after a very hard day at work where everyone has the flu, I'm kind of looking more like Edward Elric's dead mother. Alright, so this is by Cat. This is the October recap coming in hot, November 7th. But you know what? This month was packed. Packed, I tell you. Like, I've got a whole list to get through today. And I just now got to it because, like I said in the intro, everybody and their brother has the flu at work. Aside from me, randomly. I've not gotten it yet, knock on wood. I don't want it. This like a 5-6 day event with puking and fevers and chills and aches, and it is not good. And my wife's had it, still recovering, trying to recover from it, and it's just not good. So this is my day off on a Friday. I'm just gonna hop right into it. So first, in this wonderful October month, we are gonna start with everyone's favorite white girl activity, the pumpkin patch. Now, we go to the pumpkin patch every year. We go to the same one every year, actually, down at the Ocoee River Farms. It's near the... Oh, no, I've forgotten the name of the place. The Mount Appalachian. Who am I? It's the Appalachian Mountains. I don't know what possessed me to say Appalachian. That's what the people on TikTok call it. The Appalachian Mountain. But it's down in that area. And so we go and we dress up very, very cute, very pumpkin patchy. And we pick out pumpkins. And there's this thing we do every year where it's this like slide that's made out of like the black tube. And you get to slide down it. And this year I was fine. But there was one year where I slid down that slide and I was wearing a skirt and you could hear my big old thighs scraping against the plastic, and it left me with like a rug burn. My hands are really dry, FYI. Do I not, excuse my mess with the desk, do I really not have any lotion over here? I thought I did. Dang. I really could use some lotion right about now. It's very dry here. But yeah, and we did not ride the hayride this year because last year my wife got really scared because they have to plant the pumpkin patches in different areas because it soaks up all the nutrients out the soil. And so last year you had to go like up a really tall hill, and of course she's afraid of heights, and so she's already petrified of hayrides as well, so that didn't help. But this year it was right beside all like the main attractions, so we just walked down there and we picked out pumpkins. We did not carve them. We thought about painting them, but then if you paint them, you can't put them into like the, what is it called? The composter. So they're just sitting as decorations. I got like this really bumpy one, and she got this one. Whatever, I'll put a picture up here. Let's not be distracted by my self promo back there. So, and then we ate food. We love the overpriced food there. We literally ate okra. She ate fried okra and I had mozzarella sticks, which is not the most nutritious dinner, but it was quite, I mean, she got a huge thing of okra, like huge. And then we got these dirty sodas. I know that's all the rage now, the dirty sodas, from a different like little area. And that was fun. Fun little date bonding activity with me and my wife. And of course, it's October, so we have to go. And then next we went to Lord. This weekend after weekend, it was packed. Speaking of, the first weekend of October, we were supposed to go to Pride, but neither of us felt very good. I think it was some sort of lingering sickness. And there was also, they had already shut down Knoxville Pride due to threats. And you had to technically pay to get in this year at Chattanooga Pride. So it could be a private event so they can kick people out, which is so scary to think about. And so neither of us were very comfortable going. So we didn't go to Pride this year. But we did do the pumpkin patch, and we have the next weekend, or the same weekend, I don't remember. It all blurs together in all honesty. I just remember the events, I don't remember the dates. But at some point in October, we also went to this thing, the Apple Festival. I think every like city has their own type of this like festival. We actually have a local apple orchard here, and it stems from that, and we have it in our local downtown. And so we went to that with one of our good friends and her boys. And he was, so a little boy, he had broken his leg, of course. But he's better, but he's still, his mom did not want him to walk on it too much because there was a lot of walking involved. And so she brought the stroller for him to sit in, but like half the time he was in my wife's arms being carried. So we went to the Apple Festival, and we didn't really end up buying anything. We did a pick-a-duck at the Dixie Day Spay, which is our local spay noodle place. They do it real cheap. Because like most places, we have an animal problem. But you pick a duck, and then you win, see if you win, but all the ducks are winners. And so you pick a duck, and then you get to pick a stuffed animal. And so I paid for everyone to get a stuffed animal. And we walked around, we ate food. We got dirty sodas there too, and that was really good. And we ate, I do believe we ate corn dogs this year. Lord, I don't remember now. I think it was corn dogs. And there was a little like picture area, and it was decorated. It was like hay bales, and it was decorated with like apples or whatever apple themed items, but there were actual apples. And tell me why we sat there to take a picture with our boys, and the littlest boy reaches over to one of the apples, and he looks at it, and he's rolling it in his hands. He was refusing to smile for the picture. And he takes a big old chunk out of it, just right into the apple. We had to pry it from his little hands, and he was just so devastated that we had to pry the prop apple. It was a real apple, but the prop apple from his hands. And there was also like a petting zoo and lots of vendors. We got they got all sorts of candy, and they loved that. But we usually do, there's this like little mosaic tile place. We had done it for the past like 3-ish years, but it wasn't there this year. It supports local, I think it supports like local fosters or built houses. I don't know. It's a good cause. You pay. You don't actually have to pay. You can donate, but I always usually donate like $10. You donate money to get a tile, and then they put the cement on, and then you decorate it with like little mosaic pieces and stuff. They didn't have it this year, so that's kind of a bummer. But we still had fun with all of our friends, and we did that. And in the middle of all this craziness, if you hadn't noticed, it's a little faded now, of course. I dyed my hair. Link that video here. Link that here, wherever it is. But yeah, I dyed my hair pink into purple. I almost ran out of pink, and that was really not fun. I'm fidgeting with Pokemon cards in my hands. That was not fun, and so I was really stressed, and it's kind of a little patchy in some areas, but like at this point it don't even matter because it's all faded, because I refuse to take cold showers ever. And even if I did, there was a point where I did take cold showers to preserve my hair, but then I got speaking of, this is the video I dye my hair. Hey, I'm so smart for doing that. That really lined up well. But anyway, what was I saying? Hair dye. Even when I took like cold showers to preserve the hair color, I got so sick of the hair color. Like 2-3 weeks in, I was just over it. I just wanted it out anyway. So hot showers for me. so I can get rid of the color and move on to either blonde or some next color. As you can see, my brown, all the little children love to point out that my brown is growing in. You would be surprised how many 4 or 5-year-old children like to point out my brown's growing in. Miss Grace, why is your hair black and pink and purple? Whatever. But I dyed it because I hate how it looks, and I thought dyeing it would help. And oh, my hair. And it kind of did help. I did really, really like how it turned out. I thought it was really, really cute. And it got rid of some hair dye, which is good. So there's that. I dyed my hair. I'm trying to let my hair grow out because it's really damaged. And the blonde is just, it's because there was this one point where I dyed it blue for Halloween. My Halloween costume, and then I dyed it orange, trying to get the blue out because it was stained like green blue, and I was panicking because my wedding was in May and I needed to be blonde for the wedding, and it was really stressful. So, and then I used like blonde hair dye too, and it just, oh god, it killed it. It completely killed it. So I've got to make healthy choices involving my hair, so I'm letting it grow out to boring brown. Maybe I'll grow to love it, maybe not. And the next I put, this is, so in Chattanooga, which is a little ways away, they have the Creative Discovery Museum, and occasionally, well, occasionally, I say occasionally, the last time they had one was 2023, and we went to that one. It's called Drink and Discover, and it is a 21 and up adult only event in which you get for Halloween. It's like Halloween themed, in which you get to go explore the children's museum, you know, without children, of course, and look at their exhibits. And then they have special exhibits for the special theme or whatever. The last time we went was vampires and villains, and so they had like a fire cabaret, and they had like specialty drinks. We didn't drink that year. But we had like specialty drinks, and they had, ooh, what did they have? Oh, I can't remember what I did that year. The only thing I remember really is the fire cabaret. Oh, they had the 3D pin. We made like the 3D pin, and we made necklaces out of that, and that was cool. And we went through the exhibit. They had free food. They had like sodas and stuff for people who didn't want to drink. And you could look through the exhibits and all that fun stuff. But this year was, what was it? Wow, I am really drawing a blank. Oh no, my wife's calling. So it has been just a couple minutes, couple seconds really for you, but it has been 6 or so hours for me. So my wife called me, and she got off of work early, and so she came home, and we went to Goodwill in Fabulous. And that's why I am wearing something entirely different, and I'm being kind of quiet. I hope I'm not too quiet for the video. My freaking background music sounds really loud now. It's blasting through my headphones. Oh, I need my notepad back. So anyway, here I am. And I guess I will just go back to talking to what I was talking about. So, the Drink and Discover. This year, it was Mad Science themed. And so, she dressed up with her Care Bear outfit, Care Bear Monster Universal outfit, and then I put on my Bride of Frankenstein dress. And so we went, and we were kind of early, so we walked around downtown for a little bit, and she took this picture of me by this unrelated Bride of Frankenstein art piece. And then it opened up, and we went inside, and one of the first things we did, oh Lord, I don't remember now. I think it was before that. We got food. We ate the food first, and it was really good. It was like a Hawaiian barbecue. And so we ate some food, and my wife is asleep. I'm terrified of waking her up, even though she's drugged on NyQuil, and she's got the rain sounds going. And I got my door shut. So we ate food, And then they had this like electric science show. And so we did that. And I actually participated in the Tesla coil event where I got into this cage and they shut the door and they powered the thing on and like shocked us. But because the cage was grounded, it of course didn't shock us, but like when we stuck our fingers outside the cage, then it would have shocked us, which is crazy to think about. But I did that, which was really cool, and I felt like the queen, the shit. And then after that we went, and so last time we went, they gave out these like villains. I have the cup somewhere. It's like a themed cup they gave. And this year they mentioned test tube shots, and so we went looking for the test tube shots, and of course it was actual alcohol, but we wanted the test tubes, and so I'm like, well, I'll try it. We got 2 free drink tickets with our pass with the tickets I bought. So I'm like, well, I'll try it, and my wife hates alcohol, and I'm like, well, I'll try it and I'll tell you if it's good or not. And so I took it, and it literally tasted like a really sweet NyQuil, and I'm like, she's going down this just fine. And so she took the shot, and we both got these little like cute little test tube things. And right after that we went to the Franken toys. And of course I should have brought it out. Now I'm stuck in here, but I'll have a picture. I'll put up a picture of it. But so basically they bought like a bunch of stuffed animals from Goodwill, and you were able to like cut and tear them apart and then sew them like together and making like Franken toys. And so my wife made this out of a cat and a frog, and the cat's name is Boots and the frog's name is Boggin, short for toboggan. And then she's got a little hat she's bought for Boggin from the Halloween clearance, and she's gonna find little boots for Boots. And then I made what I call best friends forever. And so I took a orange dog, and then I took a koala vampire, and I kind of sewed them together and then sewed on their extremities on the other sides. And then I said, hey, this kind of looks like that Demora from Skyrim. And so their official name is the Clavicus and Barbarous, like the Skyrim quest, which I thought was really funny. But that was a lot of fun. But as we were doing that, that's when the alcohol hit me, and it comes fast and it leaves fast for me. So it didn't even affect my wife at all, which was really funny. But like I was like buzzed, and I was trying to like sew this stuffed animal together, and I kept poking myself, and I was out of it the whole time. Just real funny, and it wore off really quick after that. But we went around, and they had these like present things where like you put your hand in, and it's like, you know, like eyeballs or whatever. And it was really, I did it because I thought it was funny, but it was really not fun when I got to past the eyeballs and like the skin and the intestines or whatever, and I got to what I could only assume was supposed to be poop, because it was brown chocolate pudding, which was really gross. So that was fun. And then we did edible slime, which the slime kind of tasted kind of gross. It was supposed to be green apple flavored, but they put like we used like a little syringe and put like whatever was in it into like a thing of gelatin, and it created like this little slimy effect thing. And we ate the slime, and then we waited in line for this special like cotton candy, and you could put like nerds in it. And they had cotton candy infused with alcohol, but I did not get that. I got the pink flavor, and it was really good. And what else did we do at that thing? I think those are the most notable things. We walked around, we looked through the exhibits. They had some most of it was the same as we went through the first time. They had some new ones which were really cool. Oh, I did the toxic something. I don't know. It's one of those things that spin round and round. That was really fun. I was like vaulting over it and stuff. And then when my wife did it, she had a crowd gathered, and they were all cheering her on, which was really funny. But that was really fun to do. And we just we left a little early just to try to not get in all the traffic. But we did pretty much everything that they had, and it was really a lot of fun. And so that's that. I'm sorry if I seem a little tired. It is 10:30 at night. And even though I usually stay up till like 2 o'clock, normally I'm pretty sure I'm getting down bad with the flu. I'm sure it's coming, either that or it's my period, which is fun. So next on my list is, I guess, like Halloween festivities. So at work, we did a little spirit week thing. And so the first day, I think the only picture I have was, I don't even think I have a picture of me. God, I don't even know if anyone got a picture of me that day. Anyway, so the first day was like hat day, and so I wore like a beanie. And then the second day was crazy hair day. And so I put my hair in these little ghost bun things I saw on TikTok, which was really cute. I actually still have them. They were not, I don't know if you can see, oh, there, you can see that one maybe a little better. Little ghost buns things. And then Wednesday was like your favorite sports team. I didn't have anything for that, so I did not do it. And then Thursday, even though Halloween was on Friday, we did celebrate it Thursday. So Thursday we did Halloween costumes. And I did not wear my Halloween costume because it was a little slutty. And very not... Be quiet. Very not movable, I will say. What did I come in as? Golly, I don't even know. I didn't dress up. I wore, the picture's not on here, but I wore my fabulous sweater. I don't know if I have a picture of it or not. I'm sure I do somewhere. For Thursday. And then Friday I wore pajamas. And then Friday was Halloween. And this year I tried to get a little like party bump in. I wish she would knock me out at my door. I'm going to have to let her stank ass in. Hold on. Just ignore the fact that I'm wearing my pajama shorts. Get in here. You're coming. I can't believe it was fish. I thought it was a Connie. It's fish being hateful. Yeah, now you're stuck in here. You went out, don't you? I can't stand her. Then go, hi, baby, go. Go if you're going. Anyway, now that it's out the way. So I tried to plan a little Halloween party, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be good. I made like a special Halloween playlist, and we're gonna go travancing around the block party and go trick-or-treating, and then go and have a bonfire at my house. And my wife's cousin came, and then my wife's sister and her girlfriend came. That was it. I invited like 10 or something people, but you know what? I guess we're all adults, and some of us live like 2-3 hours away. So I guess that's just the harsh reality of life. But we had fun with the people we had. Our downtown has a little block party every year, and we have a local M&M Mars plant. And so they hand out free candy, like bags of like M&Ms every year. I don't think I have it in here. And fun fact, I know this because I used to work at a factory, not the M&M Mars factory, but a factory. The reason why they give away all the like the free M&Ms is because they are ones that are defective, but it's not like obviously ones that are like bad, but like they're visually defective. So the M's are not printed on right, or there's only like 2 M&Ms in the bag, or it's not the right color, or that kind of stuff. And so they take all of like the defective ones, and they don't sell them because it has to be perfect, and they give them out for free at events like this. So that was fun. And then we walked to, we have, it's called Centenary, and it's the street that like everyone goes to because not really, I mean, the candy was pretty good this year, but it's not the candy, it's the houses themselves. The houses like go all out in their decorations, and it's really fun to see. And of course the candy is just, it was actually better this year, funnily enough, than most years. Usually you get like 1 Tootsie Roll, but people were given like decent handfuls of it. And I even got like some Gushers and like some popcorn and pretzels. It was really cool. But we walked through Centenary, and when there was a lot of cool houses. And then we came back, and my girlfriend's wife, my wife's sister and her girlfriend went home, but my wife's cousin came back to the house with us, and then her fiance got off of work, so he came over too. And let me tell you, us trying to keep that fire going was real rough. So we usually have this like log that's like one of those, like, it's got whatever flammable something in it that like keeps the fire going, like the log burns for an hour. I thought we had more of those. We did not. We had actual firewood, and let me tell you, when we tried to burn that, we literally huddled over a fire like this big for like an hour until we roasted some pitiful marshmallows, and then we went inside and then they went home. But it was fun. And I guess I didn't even tell you about my costume. My costume I was very proud of this year. Not just a normal Red Riding Hood. I'm not no normal costume, because we cannot be normal. If you know me, I mean, last year I was the ghost from the Ghostbusters movie, from the Frozen Empire movie, and my wife was the granddaughter of the man. I don't remember any of their names. I think my wife might be up. But my wife was Sam from the movie Trick or Treat, and I was Lori, who is, of course, she wears the Red Riding Hood costume. And if you've seen the movie, if you've not seen the movie, this is spoilers, by the way. But if you've seen the movie, you know, she and her girlfriends, they all go and get like men, and they talk about, oh, Lori, this is going to be your first time. You need to pick somebody good. And they all are making fun of her for it, and people, you know, it's like set up like a sex thing, but in reality, they're all werewolves, and they eat all the men they bring into the woods, which is cool. And I have always wanted to be Red Riding Hood for Halloween. FYI, this is really random. But I just thought it was like a really, like, I guess, sexy costume. And so when we brought up costume ideas, I was like, well, we could be like from Trick or Treat, because Trick or Treat is my wife's favorite Halloween movie. So I'm like, we could be, you know, characters from Trick or Treat, and that would be cute. And so I thrifted the skirt. The top is actually like a dress. The white top is a dress, and I just put the skirt over it. And then the fishnets already had, the boots were thrifted, but I had thrifted them a while ago. I did buy the corset and the wig from Amazon. I had to cut the wig. I cut and styled the wig myself. It didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it, but I feel like it turned out okay. And then the wolf ears and the wolf gloves were from Spirit. I really wanted brown colored wolf ears and wolf gloves, because her werewolf is brown, not gray. But I could not find anything, and I was running really low on time. So I just got the gray ones, and it worked out pretty good. Nobody knew who I was. People were really baffled by the idea of my costume, which is funny, because even if you don't know it's from that movie. Oh, and I thrifted the cape, by the way. I forgot about the cape. I thrifted the cape from Goodwill. But even if you've not watched the movie, I feel like the concept of Red Riding Hood being a wolf, because the wolf is like in the story, is like a very common, like, classic retelling. Or maybe I just watched Once Upon a Time, and that just is like in my brain. But yeah, nobody knew who I was, but lots of people liked my costume, and I felt really cool in my costume. I thought I looked good. And I know I fell into like the corset costume trend or whatever this year. I was planning on wearing that way before that became a trend. But I also think hating on that trend is stupid, because it's Halloween. You can dress up as whatever you want. And I find it silly that people were talking about, oh, well, Halloween used to be scary, as if people have not been dressed in slutty for Halloween for literal years. I literally remember watching a College Humor, I think it's College Humor video about Halloween circa probably like 2013. And that's when I first learned about Daenerys Targaryen, because the girl in the video wore the Daenerys like sexy costume. And she was like freezing the whole night. Was one of the jokes, is that they were all freezing because they were wearing slutty costumes. But it literally has been a thing forever, so I don't understand why people are hating on it this year. But yeah, oh, I closed out my, my notepad. But yeah, Halloween was super fun this year. I love my costume, and I will be using that costume again because I spent too much time and effort into creating it. I probably will wear it to some conventions if my wife ever wants to dress up, and then we could be that together. You know, reduce, reuse, recycle, no, repurpose, whatever. Okay, so that is it for the events in my life that I literally snuck in at like 10 o'clock at night to take a picture of my Spotify because I nearly forgot. But that is all. Am I really? Okay, I should really hurry it up. I'm basing the length of this video upon how many videos I have queued up back behind me, and this is the last one, so I need to hurry. Especially since it's very late at night. Oh, it's not even 10:48. I just realized I never changed my clock after daylight savings. It's only 9:48. That's crazy. Anyway, so moving on, I guess I'm going to start with my Spotify. So my Spotify for this month is here, I guess. So my top artist I have first up is Panic at the Disco. And I will tell you, it's because it's my fall playlist. I think I probably said this in the last video too. The Vices and Virtues album is very fall for me. I listen to it a lot during the fall, especially Halloween. I use some of those songs on the specific, I have like a fall playlist, and then I made a Halloween playlist for the party, which didn't get used, but it's okay. So Panic at the Disco is first, and the next is Pierce Savelle. Self-explanatory. We've talked about this before. Jaws of Life album. Love that. Death of an Executioner. Emergency Contact. I will say I also created another new playlist, and those songs are on there too. So that probably helps. Third is interesting for me. I can only assume it is, of course it's Marina. And of course I love Marina. Pop Off Queen, Satire. I just need to shut up. I like Marina. I can't really think of a certain song I've been listening to by her. But it probably has to do with the fact that she is on the playlist I made for me and my wife to listen in the car, because she's very, very picky. And she made fun of my fall playlist. She's very picky about what music we listen to. So I put a playlist of song artists we have in common, and Marina's on there. And subsequently, the next two, Chappell Roan is fourth. She's also on that list. I also like Chappell Roan. And Churches. I also like Churches, but Churches is something Amber has introduced me into. So, and a lot of Churches, the Science and Visions, I think, is on my fall playlist. Some of their songs are on my fall playlist too, so that definitely probably is up there with the numbers. Okay. My top tracks for this month, number one is a new one. And this definitely is coming from TikTok. I am not ashamed to say that a lot of my new music tastes come from TikTok. It is Placing the Blame by Self. And that is, I can tell you right now, it's because one, it's the new song I am obsessed with, and it goes, I feel like, with a lot of my character playlists. And so that's on. I'm kind of obsessed with that song right now. But also I made another playlist that's coming up. I use that new mixing feature on Spotify. I don't know if it's new. I know it also always kind of auto mixed at one point, but now you can make your own mixes or whatever. And so I made a whole playlist of songs that mix into each other, or at least I tried. But the playlist started out as a different theme, but then I turned it into that mixing thing too. So that's number 1. Number 2 is Merches in Contact by Pierce Savelle. I am beginning to wonder with Spotify Wrapped coming up soon. I really am curious as to what my top played song is, but I have the feeling it might be a Pierce Savelle song. But that's number 2. Number 3 is Girl So Confusing by Charlie XCX. I really like that song. It is in a couple of my playlists. Most notably, I'm pretty sure it's in my Lesmond playlist. I feel like that song really works with them. I like that song. I feel like it's pretty decent. So I've been listening to that playlist a lot lately too. I'm really excited for season 3. And then number 4 is Somebody Told Me by The Killers. That is also on that new playlist, the mixing playlist or whatever. That is on there. And it's also a pop-in song. It's one of my favorite songs by The Killers. Of course, I'm basic. I like Mr. Brightside. I like Somebody Told Me. And I also like Jenny Was a Friend of Mine. So that's number 4. And that's on there. That's number 4. As for my new playlist, I actually have 3, I guess. The mixing playlist is called Undo, Redo, Only Temporarily. And it started off as like kind of a, this is gonna sound really cringy, but kind of like an alternate timeline. Like if I were to redo high school again, but as a boy. And I think that really delves into my maladaptive daydreaming thing. Because for a long, that's a whole different thing. I'm not going to get into that, but that's what that is. And then the second one is called, oh my God, I guess I've forgotten. Well, I made that Halloween playlist. It's called Shed Your Skin. And that is, of course, it's based off of the Trick or Treat movie, especially the scene where the werewolf girls literally shed their skins. In that movie, to reveal who they are. And then the other one, meowing at my door again. The other one is An Unrecognizable Face Pulls the Strings. I thought I was really, really popping with that one. That is literally just an acoustic / guitar-esque songs, like acoustic covers and like songs that are like mainly guitar focused. And I got the name and the picture, the picture cover. It's the actual songs are not based on this, but the aesthetic is. The Leverage series. Again, I say loosely based, but because the picture is from like the bar, when they owned the bar and they did their dealings at the bar, and then the name is like a play on words of course, strings, pulling on the strings. That's a guitar, but also he's like the mastermind and he like pulls the strings, but like you don't know who he is. You know, they're always like getting away with things. So that's that one. I need to hurry the frick up because I'm at 26 minutes and I'm pretty sure the other half of this video was at 17 minutes. Blah, blah, blah. Next, I'm gonna go with things I've watched, and that's gonna be, it's just Ron Mahaff. It's just, I mean, of course I've watched like Pluto TV, but that's besides the point. It's gonna be Ron Mahaff. We're keeping up with the new seasons. I really like how the direction is going, because of course it has like the overarching plot of, you know, they're engaged to be married, but they hate each other, but they actually kind of like each other, but they don't want to admit it. And then there's also like this constant, you know, someone's in love with girl Ranma, someone's in love with boy Ranma, someone's in love with Akane. It's just this whole, and then someone's in love with Shampoo, who's in love with male Ranma. I feel like I'm doing something naughty. I'm in my own house. But the series as a whole, especially just really both seasons, season 1, season 2, it feels like just a bunch of filler episodes, but I know it's not. But like, you know how like filler episodes, they have like the beach episode and like, you know, like silly episodes. That's just all it feels like. It's like there's a beach episode, and then there's an, you know, like martial ice skating, and there's, you know, one where they do ribbons, and like just really random, like, and it only lasts, like, each arc lasts 2 episodes max, like the mini arcs. And so it's really just, it's a low, no stress anime. I'm just looking at the fact that my rooms are raw now. But yeah, raw half. And then we're gonna dive into the last thing, and it's the games. And before I move on to what everyone I'm sure is waiting for, I've started playing Mario RPG, the new one on the Switch, and that's fun. I have gotten the Cloud Man, and I've gotten the Puppet so far. I got it because, you know, it's a Mario game, and my brother really liked it, and it kind of reminded me of Paper Mario. And I'm kind of iffy about it. I like it, but like I'm not obsessed with it. And then of course Stardew Valley. But I have been playing Danganronpa 2. I discovered, you know, I've played a lot. I've played into chapter 5. So I finished chapter 3. Mikan, I knew from what I had seen before on the internet that she had something to do with being crazy, with the despair, because I've seen it, but I didn't exactly know. I guess I didn't have any reason to suspect her, because I don't know, I just didn't connect the dots. And so when it got to the point where like it was like, oh, pick who the killer is, who could only be the only person with a motive or whatever. And it's like, and so I went through, and it finally clicked when it said the person who is the most suspicious was the only one with an alibi. And I was like, oh my God, it's Mikan. It's literally Mikan. And then it made sense. It made sense because she literally was in the hospital and she got infected by the despair disease. And it was really strange because they're like, oh, I should have known better because she was laying on top of me and she was all hot. Whatever. But then she remembered something, and it's something about her lover, and then she just like rode off into the sunset on a medical shot, which was really strange. But I have no clue about anything other than that. That was really strange. I don't actually know. I have a theory that she's not actually dead. I don't know, for some reason she just, it was a very like strange execution, and you don't actually see her die. So I don't know. As for that, I played through all of chapter 4 in like 2 days, and it was a very long chapter because that chapter is something else, being stuck in the fun house, and then Nagito started getting all crazy and being mean to me because I'm a reserve student. Like, I know you actually are in love with me, and I'm gonna pretend that still is the case and that you're not bullying me. But yeah, I was really excited to see Sakura in the funhouse, which was cool. And then that's when I started theorizing. This was before it literally spelled it out for you, but I was like, wait a minute. The first case and the second case and the third case it's all like the same case from the first game. So like the first one, it was stabbed. The second one was, oh, it's just gone out of my brain. It's just gone out of my brain. That's the one who died? Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is the one where it's gone out of my mind. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It all lined up. Chapter 3, 2 people died. Just like in the first game. So I was like, okay, someone's gonna kill themselves, right? Yes and no. I was totally right about Gundam, by the way. He gave off sus vibes. And yes, he did end up killing somebody. So what really disappointed me, though, was the fact that Nekomaru survived. They gave him a robot body only for him to die again. That was so freaking disappointing. I was like, really? And he, honestly, he became much more of an interesting character when he turned into a robot. I kind of didn't care for him before, but when he got like reborn as a robot, I was like, dang, that's like really interesting. And then he had like soda fountain out his eyeballs, and I was like, okay, so, you know, he's not gonna die because he just got reborn. And then he's dead. He died. Well, I guess technically he kind of did kill himself because he wiggled off the door handle and killed himself. But it was not the case because Gundam set it up and they killed him for it. And it was, albeit, I will say, it's also really sweet that his little hamster survived and he did it. And he just ascended into animal heaven. The game is so unserious. But yeah, and then I played a little into chapter 5, but not enough to where I don't know who's gonna die. I'm really, really nervous because I literally wasn't sure if anybody else was gonna die, but I'm like, is it gonna mirror the 5th case? And is like someone like gonna quote unquote die, but like they can't do the same plot twist twice, so like somebody has to die, but I really cannot, I don't know if I can't wrap my head around or I don't want to wrap my head around killing off somebody who's left, because I feel like the characters who are left are really important aside for Soda, Kakuchi. I don't remember his name. Is Soda. I call him Soda. I feel like he's lasted really long, and I feel like he's a good candidate to be killed, but also I feel like he's a lot like Hero from the first game that I didn't really care for either, but ends up surviving just based off pure like stupidity. So I don't know. Nagito's gone crazy. He's gonna blow up the whole island, and he don't care. I don't know what happened to him in that funhouse room, but he has just lost his mind and he's blowing people up and he's gonna kill everybody until the traitor comes out. I don't know who the traitor is either, but yeah, that is the most I've played of Danganronpa. I was going to play a little more of it today, but then of course my wife came home, so I guess I'm just going to have to, I'm hoping to finish the game maybe sometime this upcoming week. But yeah, that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about. Very busy month. November is also going to be kind of busy. Not as busy as October, I don't think, but I do, of course, there's going to be Thanksgiving, and I have a birthday party I have to go to, and all sorts of, I'm sure, family-centered events. And so I'm gonna log off of here and hope that my wife is not sitting in bed awake and mad at me because I dare film the rest of this video while she's asleep.